Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be taking a look at Bourjois City Radiance Skin Protecting Foundation. And this is the new one with anti-pollution screen, and it also has SPF 30. Now as usual, how we're going to do our first impressions, we're going to prime one side of the face and then leave the other side without to see how the foundation sits. So I'm going to be taking my Vanilla & Co primer, the one that I always use on my face because this stuff is made for the gods. Now for the next step, we're going to try on the foundation, and this is in the code 03 Light Beige. I'm going to apply this at the back of my damp beauty blender. And we're not going to take much, just a little bit, and then we're going to apply it all over the face. I'm going to try this on the prime side first and see how that settles. And I'm starting to think this might be a little bit light for me. Now, I'm not usually the type of person that gets bothered by scents because I'm not really that sensitive. But for those of you who are, the scent for this is a little bit strong. Now half my face is done, and this is on the prime side. And now we're going to finish it off with the non-prime side and see how it is. I suddenly feel like I'm ridiculously fair for some weird reason, but it's okay, we can bronze up the face, all is good. Now I don't know if this can be seen on screen, but the side that I did not prime is starting to look a little bit cakey as opposed to the side that is primed. But it's okay, we shall set it and then yeah, we'll see how it goes. Now, of course, before we set anything, I'm going to use the Radiance Reveal Concealer. And this is in the shade 02 Beige. And I'm just going to apply it over my under eyes and the places that I want to correct. Now, the first thing that I noticed when I put this on is that the applicator is a little bit stiff. Not as soft as the Urban Decay one, but it distributes the product just fine. So I'm okay with that. Now the shade of the concealer is a little bit pinkish than what I'm normally used to. I'm hoping it's not going to look too grey just because, you know, my undertone is yellow and I have very tan skin, so I'm hoping and praying that this is going to turn out just fine. So this is a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but don't worry, we'll make this work. We shall make this work. We can do this. So for the normal routine right now, I'm going to take my Mercier setting powder, go with it with my damp beauty blender. Don't take too much, just set the under eyes, a little bit down here, wherever the areas that you want to like mattify. Just make sure no redness is peeking through. Yeah, you're going to have to do this with the setting powder. Alright, so we're done with that, and the timing right now is 4:29. And I'm just going to layer on the blush, highlight, all the necessities, and then we're going to see how the foundation sits with it. So I'm going to be back in a couple of minutes because I got to do this quickly off camera, and I shall be back. So the time right now is 5:44, and I have just put on my makeup. Yes, it did take a while, but so far everything seems to be sitting nicely, but I do have a little bit of concern over the not prime part because I can already see the foundation like chipping away over here. The concealer is not so much of a problem because I've already set it with the Mercier setting powder, so it seems to be doing all very good. And in terms of coverage, I don't see any major concerns, especially like with the cheeks area, my spotting areas. But if you do have a blemish, it's still going to show out like the one I have over here. It doesn't really conceal much in terms of the concealer, but in terms of the foundation, I think it's doing a pretty swell job. The only thing that you'll probably have to keep in mind is to use a primer before putting this on so that the longevity and the smoothness of the foundation really comes out 100%. So with that being said, now I'm going to go out for a bite to eat, and then when I come back, I'll give you my full disclosure about how the foundation actually turned out after a couple of hours. So stay tuned, I'll be right back. Okay you guys, so I am back and the time right now is 1:03 in the morning. I had such a nice time with my parents, I kind of forgot the time. But anyway, this foundation has been on for a good 7 hours. And so far, I'm liking how it's sitting. It's doing perfectly well. The only thing that I did mention before was that the not prime side is starting to cake a little bit. Like I see creases around here, and this part has definitely faded off more than I would like to. So one thing to keep note when wearing this foundation is always go for a primer first, then put it on, because this side is immaculate. Like there's no problem with it. But other than that, I don't see any issues. It doesn't cake, it doesn't crease, it doesn't do anything much. if you prime it, so all is pretty much good on my end. And for a 7-hour wear, I have to say that the foundation is holding up very well. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, but if you have any questions, you're always welcome to leave them in the comment section as well. But so far, that is it for this first impressions review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was so much fun doing first impressions, and I'm starting to think I should do this more often. But anyway, I hope you guys did take away something from it. If you did, please give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll be seeing you guys in next week's video. So until then, mwah, much love, and we'll catch up with you guys soon. Bye. Though, because I do want my eye makeup to stand out a bit more. Bit at the nose point, and of course on top of the cupid's bow as well. Now for the last step, which is the lips, of course I'm not going to leave it bare like that. I'm going to be taking my Ofra Cosmetics in Charmed, and this is one of Manny Anyway's collaboration, and I have to say I love this shade. It's amazing, and I think it's going to look amazing with this, so I'm just going to put that on. But first, before that, just